It's Roman Deer Park Farmstead. Man, we have been having some horrid weather. It's just been awful. Just trying to take care of the chores and stuff like that. Just getting through it because I can't really shoot videos when we have this weather like this, and we're expecting actually snow this weekend. That's just craziness. So I wanted to tell you about my car here, and I had some issues with it, and it was vacuum issues, but something else popped up and it was concerning. I was sketched on this one, so I did some research, and thank God I was able to diagnose this, because it could have gone pretty bad if I went another route. So I'll show you what happened here. So in case you're just tuning into what kind of car this is a 2001 BMW 330 Ci, and it's got approximately 155,000 miles on it. When I got the car, it did have a vacuum leak on it, and so it was kind of stalling and sputtering here and there, and so it wasn't affecting too much of the drivability. It would just sometimes stall here and there. It wasn't all the time. And then one day I was driving, and then I heard a big funk, and then it like went into Limp Mode, and all this other stuff just kind of tumbled with it. The charging system was acting weird, the battery. So I was like, what the heck was going on here? So I took it to AutoZone and got a free diagnostic test, and it said the MAF, the mass airflow sensor, and also there is, right behind here is the intake camshaft position sensor. It's down inside there. It's got a wire hooked up and feeds down to the bottom. So that also was coming up as something that was going bad. So it took a little while for me to diagnose it, but I could barely see right here that this side of the mass airflow side came off. It took me a while to figure it out. So when that happened, air got sucked in there, bringing a bunch of debris in there and hitting the sensors. So when that happens, all kinds of things happen. And also, when it went into Limp Mode, it went into the cog. It hit the cog gear on my dash. So when you get that, it only stays in, it was staying in, I think, 5th gear the whole time. So that was concerning. So I had to go get this mass airflow cleaner, and I wanted to try this first. However, I did already order the parts because the previous owner already had changed the MAF just before I got it. Apparently, he told me it was pretty new. So I wanted to give this a shot. I saw some guys doing it, and I was told that because of that MAF, it does go into Limp Mode. I was skeptical. It just seems so weird for your car to go into Limp Mode, the transmission going into that, and then it's just so weird the way a vacuum issue can screw up your transmission. I still want to replace that sensor though, but regardless, I went ahead and cleaned this out. I took it all out 100% and sprayed it with it heavily and cleaned it all out. Then put it back in. I really gunned the accelerator on it to blow tons of air through the system to make sure that it was gonna, you know, blow anything out, any debris that was still inside there. I think that this sensor is still toast, but it took a little while. It was still going into limp mode, and I just wanted to just make sure, and so I gunned it quite a few times, turned off the ignition, gave it a few moments, and then I did it, you know, I did it quite a few times, and then finally it went out of limp mode and stayed in that. So it actually works. It got me out of limp mode by cleaning the MAF, and I couldn't be more pleased right now. I was really sketched. There was guys that were topping off their fluid in their gearbox, and I did not want to go that route. I just read that it's the worst thing to do is to open that up and start messing around with the gear oil. So $11.88 for this can at AutoZone, and I'm out of limp mode. So make sure you guys, if you go into the cog mode, check your MAF first, and hopefully that'll work out. I hope so, because I would hate for anybody to be in a transmission issue. Yeah, so make sure when you're doing this to unplug your battery, just take the negative off and then get going on your situation here. This stuff is very flammable, so I wouldn't recommend doing it in the vehicle. I've seen guys do that, but just take the battery negative off, unplug it, take it out. It's not that difficult at all to take that mass airflow sensor out. It's pretty easy. If I could do it, anybody can do it. So just a good remedy that'll get you out of some serious trouble. Talk to y'all soon. Be well.